Hey my beauties, it's your girl Cardi, a Stiletto Beauty with another video. First, to my any new beauty that stopped by, thank you so much, whatever brought you here. And to my returning beauties, thank you so much for the continued support because it means so much to me. Now, to my new beauties, over here in the Beautyhood, I do ask that you join us over here, and to do so is 3 simple steps. Hit the bell, hit the subscribe button, click the bell, hit all so you always know when your girl is posting. Now, over here in this Beautyhood, we do not like to ask for likes, we like to earn them. So I ask that all beauties watching watch this video and all my videos in its entirety, and then only then if you like what you saw, give your girl a thumbs up. But in those comments though, I ask that you go in the comments and shower me with love, constructive criticism, ask me questions, recommendations, suggestions, all that good stuff. Because my beauty, that is where you and we connect on a more one-to-one level. Now, enough of the intro. I finally have decided I don't know if you like me, but I have so many Pinterest boards because your girl is obsessed with Pinterest. I love Pinterest. And one of the boards, I'm going to insert it here. It's I call it Makeup Possibilities. And I just been putting looks in here. Just looks in there for years. And never really done anything with it. It's almost like a hoarding of on a Pinterest board. So then I was like, you know what? 2026, we're pushing ourselves to get back into content creation and to be, you know, more fall back in love with doing makeup. And so what better way to do that than take some inspiration from those boards, them different pictures that I have been inspired by, and create them on this my canvas. And so that's what we're here to do. I am super duper excited. So if you want to see what I used, the techniques that I did to create this look, if I say so myself, that I think I ate, please continue to watch. All right, my beauties, this is a voiceover. So eyebrows are done, eyebrows are carved out, they eaten. Now we're going to get into this eyeshadow look. First step is eyeshadow base. Not concealer over here, eyeshadow base, because your girl's got oily skin and the base just helps keep the oils at bay, and it gives my eyeshadows a nice little punch. This is the Scratch by Kat Cosmetics, her eyeshadow base, and this is in the light shade. There's 4 different shades, but this is light. And this is a thicker formula, and once I have it on the eye, I then go in with a dense concealer brush, and I use that to the first phase of blending it out. I just get it all over the lid, try to, you know, blend it out so that way, because I like to blend it out because I want to have a nice even canvas when I start to deposit and put down the eyeshadow. If you don't do this, in my opinion, in my experience, you're going to have areas that it has more coverage than the others, and then that's when it's going to come out looking more patchy and uneven, which is not a slay. So blend out, take your time. This is a little lengthy and it's a little time consuming, but trust me when I tell you, it's so worth it. Okay, so now I'm going in with a flat brush. This is another Scratch by Kat's cosmetic brush. It's one of her flat brushes. I'm taking the flat brush and I'm just pressing it in. This is, again, I want a nice flat surface for coverage purposes, and just so that way when I do the eyeshadows, it blends and looks effortlessly and nice, smooth, and even. All right, we are using the Fiery eyeshadow palette from Beauty Bay. I love their eyeshadow palettes. They're pigmented, they're very blendable, they're easy to work with. Love them. And they always have like a nice bundle sale, by the way, just FYI. Because, you know, we are beauties on a budget over here. Okay, so I am going to get my first brush that I'm going to use. I forget how many brushes, but we'll figure it out. We'll see how as we go along. But I'm going to go on with the first brush because this is like my little cheat code for a cut crease. Because you can do the typical cut crease, but I just feel like that's such a drawn out long process. Don't get me wrong, I still do it, but for this particular look, it's not a dramatic cut crease. So let's get into it. So I'm taking a slightly flat dense brush and I'm just going to carve out my crease. And I'm using more of a reddish, more of a orangey warm tone brown. So now as you can see, I have my little carved. I'm going to go in with a more fluffier brush, round brush, and I'm going to blend that out to just make it a little softer. We don't want it to be so prominent and defined. Also to pay attention to where I'm holding the brush, because that's going to give me more control when I hold it closer to the bristles versus if I'm holding it towards the end. And I'm going to go back in with the same shade, and I'm going to just come along the outer edge. And again, just blending to just soften it up. You still can see the color. Now here's another trick that I do. Some people will go in with a different brush, but because I already have some of this color, the first color used on the brush, when I go and dip into my neck color, it kind of gives it a blending of the two colors, which helps with the blending process. I hope that makes sense. So now I'm going to take a darker, more warmer brown and put that on the lower lid. The key to a look like this is giving, like, this part is more of a smoky look, is you gotta go with colors that are very close in shade. They can be a shade or two darker, but you really need that in my opinion, for this look to just look seamless and effortless. Yeah, I was trying to get my playlist together. Don't pay me no attention. But back to programming. So we are going to, now I'm going in and I'm taking a deeper shade. Now I'm focusing it on, and that's a different brush, on the outer edge, but the lower edge. And now what I'm doing is just adding dimension. As you can see, you see it. I know you see it. This also too, when doing this look, again, this is a trust the process type of look. I'm going to be going, it's a lot of back and forth, but I'm telling y'all, when y'all see the end product, you're gonna be like, okay, look at that. Ooh, it's coming together, y'all. Go back in with the first brush, and we're just trying to just blend it out to give a nice gradient and then a nice blend. Now I'm going in with my go-to brush when I do that, a lighter shade, and I am again just deposited and blended it into the previous laid down color. And we're just gonna keep blending and building, blending and building. And you keep doing this until you get the look that you're looking for, or your desired look. All right, now I'm going in with a more orangey brown, slightly above my crease color. And this is tying the orange into this look. I know this looks like, oh my God, but trust the process. I like to deposit my color and then blend and soften it as I go. And I'm working this, as you guys can see, up into the underbrow area. Also, too, I want y'all to see how beautiful these eyeshadows, they blend so well together. They're so easy to look at that. Ooh, I love the Beauty Bay eyeshadow palettes. If you don't have some, go get you some and tell them I sent you. You're welcome. Now we again going back in, and we are just again, what's the motto? Blend and build. Blend and build. And I'm just gonna keep reinforcing those colors until I just get the seamless look that I'm going for. All right, now we getting into the yellow. Now that's why I left that space in the inner corner empty, because that is where this yellow is going. Again, this is, do y'all see how freaking pigmented? And I am a melanated queen, honey. And this is also why you need that base, baby, because look at that. Yes, Blend Bunny. Yes, Scratch by Cat. And also, I want you guys to see how it's not patchy. It's so even. And then we blend and we build. I feel like y'all should take a shot every time I say blend and build. Yes. Look at how I'm like, yeah, I'm so excited. I love when it starts to come. Okay, now, y'all, this is something y'all hardly ever see me do, but I am actually going to just not skip and just let you guys see me put my liner on. So how do I do my line? I get asked this a lot. I love me a felt tip pen. I don't do well with the liners that's in the tube. I just don't. I'm going to try to get better at it. But for right now, this just makes my life easier. Give me a nice felt tip pen. I start off with my outer edge right underneath my water. I use my water line, my lower water line, to guide me towards the tip to start the wing liner. Get the angle that I want. Go up, and then I drag it across. Well, each eye is different. This is how I do my right eye. And so with my right eye, I do the wing from the outside first, outside edge, and then I work my way into the middle. And then once I get the shape that I like, I fill it in. For this particular look, I wanted a fatter wing, just for the drama of it all. And I also went with a more matte black for this look. Look at that. Yes, honey. And then I just go in. I'm also in, what I'm holding is my magnifying mirror, in case you wanted to know. So I can really, and it magnifies 10 by 10, so I really get to just perfect to the best of my ability and make my wing as neat as I can get it and even across. And when I'm happy with it, again, when you're doing this, this just takes practice. I still stuck at liner, so don't be hard on yourself. Just practice, and I promise you, you'll get it. Now, once I have it, this is my other little trick. I take my brush with the deepest tone color, and I blend it into my liner. Because sometimes I don't want it to be too harsh. I want it to, again, blend and build. You see what I'm saying? Now, this is how I put my lashes on. I put the glue directly onto the skin. My skin is going to be warmer versus putting on the lash. So that's going to help with the adhesive or the glue to dry down. And I get to exactly mark where I want the lash to go versus putting on the lash and then I have to kind of wiggle it around. I also, fun fact about me, I have it's called a lazy eye, but really one of my lids I think it's my, yeah, it's this eye, my right eye. The lid on this eye droops, so I have kind of like the Bill Cosby, Forrest Whitaker. I get it from my dad. So I have to manipulate. That's why I do it this way. Because if I put my lashes directly on my lash line, you're going to be able to tell one eye is smaller. The lid is drops lower. But put it on, let it dry. I'm going in to just blend because I noticed that it wasn't hitting like the way I wanted to. Using my fan by Nimya. Love that brand as well. Hey, Nikki. But yeah, so let it dry, let it get nice and tacky. Also, always do black. That's just my go-to. It helps intensify the liner. Two birds, one stone. Come on now. Get the lashes that I'm going to choose for the look. And I love doing it this way because, like I said, you get to put the lash exactly where I want to, and I get to manipulate it the way I need to so that you all can see that my eye is sleepy. Typically, I use my tweezer. I don't know why I didn't do it today. Oh, there she go. Tweezers, especially to get in the inner corner. Okay, so this is me manipulating. This is a process, y'all. It is a process. And then once I have it where I want it, I pinch it with my natural lashes so you don't see a gap. Alright, and now I did the other eye, put the lash on, and here is where we are. Okay, so now we are getting into my favorite. We get into this base. Now, my favorite technique for my base, if you know me, you know, underpainting, yes. And what is underpainting? Is when you do pretty much the standard routine of makeup backwards. So, typically you'll put your foundation on first, then you'll put your concealer, your blush, and contour on top of the foundation. Underpainting is the opposite. So you as you can see, I'm putting my concealer on first. I'm gonna then put on my contour, and I'm gonna put on my blush. And what I love about underpainting is you really get to control how much product you're going to use, as well as you will see, because I do this technique, I don't wear foundation. There's going to be no foundation on my face. So here is my underpainting map is what I call it. So I put my concealer down. All these products, by the way, are e.l.f. I should be on e.l.f.'s PR list because of how much I love their products. Truly. Alright, now we get into the blush. Again, if you get the orange, the title looking, I want you to note that these products are pigmented AF. Pigmented, amazing products, and they are affordable. Alright, now, my trick that I do, going with this, I like to spray. Now this is a fine mist spray. This is a by Face spray. Alright, so I sprayed it down. Now we're going to speed this part of the video up because now we're just going to blend out. So I'm blending contour first because, again, the same way I do my eyes, I like to blend and build. And we're going to blend out the blush. Yeah. Now, that's my contour of my nose. When I do my nose, I don't contour my nose to shrink it because I love my nose. However, I don't have a bridge, so that's why I contour my nose that way. Now we're going to blend out the concealer. I love e.l.f.'s concealer. It's just bomb. But look at how beautiful that is. I also contour my lips. Then I go in with a lighter shade of contour to kind of just marry and blend the concealer with the deeper contour. Alright, we're going to spray again. I spray a lot. Now I'm going to take a beauty blender and blend everything together to kind of make, again, cohesive. And look at it coming together. Look at how beautiful that looks. Now I'm going in with my powders to set. What we did, I used an array of powders. I'm going to do I'm speeding this up because I'm going to do a more depth updated base. Alright, I slowed this down because this is a new product. This is the Carson's. This is their translucent press powder. Y'all just look at how this powder works for my concealer under eye. Look at how freaking blurring that is, and this is white. It's translucent. It's there. It doesn't give a white cast at all, which I was nervous about. And it blurs and just melts. Look at how beautiful that is. Obsessed with this powder. It is. Oh, I got off TikTok shop, and it is worth the hype, my beauty. Worth the hype. And I'm going to use that to set everywhere that I put my concealer. Oh, it just, oh, that looks, it just eats. I have to get the loose powder. They have a bundle on TikTok shop. Okay, so now we have that. I'm going to go in with a translucent powder, another one, but this is a loose one to just set everything else. Again, there is no foundation on my face. All right, now I'm going to go in to finish this eye look. Now, because to me, this is how I solidify stuff. I had to go in with some glitter to intensify that yellow. Look at how, ooh! And also, too, once you got to, oh, that's a silicone brush. That is a game changer when you're using your shimmers and your glitters and your foils. Also, too, because of that brush, I did not need to put down any eyeshadow glow. I mean, any glitter glow. Get your foil out. Wasn't too much because the silicone holds the glitter. It doesn't absorb it, but it holds it, so it doesn't really fall apart. And I'm just going to blend the build to my liking. And we'll look at, yeah, your girl's feeling that. She's feeling it because it looks good. Look at it. All right, my beauty, and now we're going for the waterline. I wanted to try something different. Instead of my traditional black, I went in with an orange. And you know what, which is kind of giving like a light, so it's going to make the eye pop. I actually liked it, especially it complemented the contacts that I'm wearing. I actually was feeling them. I have to go light more often. Because y'all, if you know me, you know I love me a black, dark waterline. That to me just gives sexy and sultry. But this was cute. I was feeling it. And again, I just build it until I get the intensity that I'm looking for. Also, too, I gotta, you know, I also cry a lot. So if you're like me and you tear when it comes to your eye, make sure it's waterproof. Okay, and now I'm going to go in to just bring the eye together. We are going to smoke out underneath the lower lash line. So I deposit the dark, and it's the same colors that I used to do the eyeshadow. I'm going from dark to lightest. So deposited the nice dark brown, warm brown, and then I take a fluffier brush to blend that out. Look at how, ooh, that looks so clean. Now you can stop here if you want to, but I kind of want it to be a little cohesive, a little more blended. And then I also like to drag it up towards the wing. And then go in with, again, I believe this is my transition shade, to soften it slightly. I still want to see that warm, that dark brown, darker brown, but I still want it to just kind of be soft, and so it also blends into my under eye, the concealer and the blush. Now the brow bone. I wouldn't be me if I didn't put no glitter under there. And so the same glitter that I put in the inner corners, I put on the brow bone. Look at how, ooh, that looks good. So when the light hits it, it's like bam. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I was just getting watching this back. I'm so excited and amped up and amping myself up. Then to mellow it out, to just kind of marry it, so I could, again, build in a blend. Go in with that shadow, like orangey shadow, to just blend it. And then we're going to intensify, because I like to be seen from NASA, from the Space Center, okay? Yes. She's looking good, if I say so myself. Mm-hmm. Yeah. She's feeling it. Now it's time to highlight. Like, as I was saying, I like to be seen, and we're going to go on highlight. What did I use to highlight? The same eyeshadow color, because multi-purpose, baby. Yeah. Stunning. You would never know that that's eyeshadow, but it is. This also goes to show you that how things can be manipulated with the type of brush you use. That's a way fluff. Okay, now let's get into this lip. So I already set my lip with some pressed powder, especially because this is going to be a matte. But I do this whenever I do a gloss or a matte look. And then I went in with a dark brown, I believe this is, to line my lip. Now, my fun, again, another fact about me, my jaw is not lined properly due to I have a severe underbite. So because of that, my lips they're not even. So I have to, again, like my eye, I have to manipulate the shape of my lips with a pencil to kind of, as much as possible, give symmetry. So, and then I also overline because I ain't got no top lip. Also, I will be getting surgery to fix that, so that's coming in the future. Now you're gonna get you a lip brush. Now this is a regular eyeshadow brush, but it was big enough that I turned into a lip brush. Again, multi-purposed, and I like to blend out the inner edge of the liner, so there's no line of demarcation. It's not so intense. And then I like to ombre as well. So I went in with a darker shade, and I'm going to go in with a slightly lighter shade right underneath where I blended out. And then blend again. What's the saying, y'all? Blend and build. Oh, y'all got it. I'm glad you're paying attention. Look at how that looks already. You could truly put a lip gloss on and call it and go about your business. But we're going matte today. So I'm going to go in with, I believe this is Praline, the shade from Scratch by Cat Cosmetics. I love her lip products as well. And this is just for the center. These are pigmented. You'll see. Look at that. You saw that little bit I put on. Come on now. Come on. And this is like a pinky nude. Obsessed. And what I love about them, they are so light. They do not, even though they dry down, they do not dry your lips out. Look at that. Come on. And then we just go in to just blend that in with the liner. Oh, that's so freaking nice. Tell me that don't look nice. And if you say it don't, you're lying. And your mother's gonna pop you for it. Okay, now here's a little trick for me. I love to do beauty modes. I got this from Kelly Rowland, by the way. She didn't tell me it personally, but I saw her do an interview. Girl, that's my lash glue. And I use that to make extra beauty marks. The only one that I have on my face is my Marilyn Monroe, which is the one above my lip. That's actually mine. I have that, but I use the glue to intensify it. So that's how I get my beauty marks. And I just think they look so pretty. Let me know if you like beauty marks. I sometimes also get carried away with my beauty marks. I love them so much. Can you tell? Come eat. I can, and also too, you cannot tell me I don't have on foundation. But I don't. And y'all saw it. That's why I ain't put no foundation on. Okay, I think this look is coming. I'm wrapping it. Oh, last but not least, what would I be without my Rudolph the shiny sleigh there? What I would be. Gotta put the highlight on my nose and on the tip. And before we go, we are going to go with the Scratch by Cat Cosmetics. Her spray me down, and we're going to come back with the finished look and the accessories. Okay, my beauty, so this is the final look come together with accessories. Yeah. And what can I say? The proof is in the pudding, but she ate this. I, of course, put my own little twang on the inspiration fit photo, but I love this. I like the brightness of it, but it's still a little subtle. It's got the glitter elements. I like the different tones of browns, oranges, and the yellows that was used to do this look. So nice, still flattering, still able to, I feel like if this is like 2016 meets like today's type of makeup, since we're back on our 2016 full glam cut crease, stuff like that, I'm still, even though that's the trend now, and I'm gonna dabble into more looks like that, but this is like my home. Like, I like simplistic with a little bit of bang. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what you think, and also to in the comments, let me know what colors you would like to see me do next. And there's definitely going to be some more Pinterest inspo looks that I will be doing. They all won't be voiceovers because I just feel like variety is the joy and spice of life, as they say. So, but this one was a voiceover. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, also to sidebar, this was hard because y'all know I like to yapper. Like, look at me now. But anywho, enough of that. As always, remember, your beauty is limitless. Stay beautiful and be kind. Until next time, bye y'all.